I guess you convinced me that if I go to the top, it would be Xander.
You
but
convinced me of that.
no, I just said he went to 18-1. Then we deep dived it, and it was like, yeah, the Masters price. So yeah, okay, sure. It was. You're right. Those were my words. Those were my words.
At Mayo Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog Rocket. Classic picks, bets, preview, one and done. Plus, Jeffrey, we need to recap the start of the next generation. Jackson Koivun wins the 3M Open.
Yeah, the future is now. Future is now. I mean, what are you supposed to? That was just phenomenal. And you could debate whether he actually held off Scheffler. He held off Scheffler. He's a kid. Scheffler's behind him. The audience is letting him know. The gallery is letting him know. Scotty's coming. Nuts up. That par save on 9? I don't know. Kid is freaking phenomenal.
The only time that
I was tracking him on Saturday. I didn't even see the shot. I saw very little golf, but I saw it was a par 5, and he was 305 out. And I was like, wow, what happened with the tee? Maybe mishit it. Guess that's a layup. I went for it and had a 12-footer. Like, I don't even know how that's possible. I don't even know what club you would use to do something like that. Let's go. I think if just quickly, I don't know that this changes the odds because it doesn't. But because now people are talking about it, and I think people are going to start to focus on it because it's a topic of conversation this morning in a way it hasn't been at all fairly. I bet my appliance on the USA minus 400 this morning for the President's Cup. Because I just saw so many President's Cup conversations happening about the roster. And then that scared me. Not that Koivun on or off would change it. That's a whole other conversation. We know how I feel. But now it just seems like people are realizing this thing is happening. And if you look at the rosters, I think they'll realize, yeah, I can win an appliance for the house. So that's what we do.
Feel bad that you weren't able to get in your Jackson Koivun to make the President's Cup bets because those markets just simply were not offered in most places. That now, if that market were to appear, there'd be a minus 500 favorite.
No, it's minus 400. It's still available. In most places have 425, but there's a widely available 400. I don't even know. I mean, it's kind of this. I don't want to say it's the same thing. Pizzola would smack me, but once you're laying out, you're laying out.
No, I don't mean for President's Cup odds. I mean for him to make the team.
Oh, yeah, those were very seldom. I tried to get a Ryder Cup odd at Adair Manor from the book that changed its name recently that, I took to school on Ludwig and a Pendrith to make a team. And I should have had a gimmick account. I should have had someone else ask for it. Because once they asked me my account information, I didn't give it. I didn't even ask for the bet anymore. They're like, yeah, we can make that bet for you. Just give us your username. And I did, because they only let me bet $3 now on golf, which sucks. That losing them sucks for my ability to get down on golf. Yeah. I mean, he's on the team. The only ways that he's on the team because Furyk has already said that there's going to be a link here. He's creating a link that hasn't been created before between the two teams. He wants one organism, an organization, instead of two that felt completely separate. Could be hard because governing bodies are a bit different, but on top of that, it's not an all-star team. And if it is an all-star team, I guess you'd make the case. Look who they let pitch in baseball. Guys that have been there for 3 months who just strike out everybody. They let them start the games now. So you can make a case he would deserve to make an all-star team, but it's not. It's a franchise. It's an organization. And this organization has a responsibility to, prepare itself. So I can't even fathom how it could be a conversation. Ludwig didn't even win. He walked 9 holes with Donald, shot a mini version of what Jackson shot on the weekend. And it was we're all he's on the team. He is on the team. And that's a Ryder Cup. The fact that it's a President's Cup, it's like the warm-up. I don't even think we need to waste time on it. Do you know anyone who thinks he shouldn't be?
No, but until he won this weekend, like this has been your stance for 6 months now. The moment this guy turns pro, as long as he's reasonably good, he needs to be on the team. You never even said anything about winning an event. But now that he's won an event, it would have been weird to me. Let's say Scotty had chased him down yesterday and he loses -25 to -24. Would people be like, no, he shouldn't be on the team? Because that would be crazy.
Well, I also tweeted this morning to quote tweet my earlier tweet to just be like, let's make this clear. The baseline is not a win. If the baseline is a win, like you've already lost the plot. The baseline is your eyeballs, your gut. You know what the future holds. Get him in that room. Let him become little brother a year early to the stalwarts of the team. Like you got to go play Christian Bezadenhout. It's actually like you see in trust me, it's not even a question. Like a club soccer situation would know what to do here. They would. Because they do it. Other sports, like it's very normal. It is very normal. Especially in the inferior of the events. And what great TV. Oh my God. Like the President's Cup. Scotty's on TV for 4 days. Other than that, I mean, we were there. We had a fun afternoon. We had a great week. But it's just popcorn TV for NBC at the end of the year. Scotty Scheffler golfs. It's on TV. USA wall-ups. I don't know, man. This kid is such. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is, I don't know. You're right. What does the win change? I'm just so excited. I love this.
Well, the win essentially assures that he's 70th in the FedEx Cup standings now. So he's with a full membership, accepting to become a pro. He's most likely to get into the FedEx Cup playoffs as long as he has like 2 decent events going forward, which could go a long way in locking up all of his majors. And then going into next year, getting on that champion side instead of having to be the guy that plays through in the challenger side. I think that's important.
Yeah, very important. So, I mean, let's say he gets into the FedEx. Let's just use this week. There's star players here. Cam and Xander and Goddard.
Yeah, very
and
good
a
field
U.S.
in
Open
Detroit.
champ. Is he not like he's getting featured group?
Oh, yeah. He's one of the 9 guys that they'll have across the 3 featured groups. Absolutely.
Like this is so exciting. This is so nice. This is so lovely. This like my golf. This is perfect. And this event, too bad that 3M. It's like this little fun little futures. It's like the futures game.
Listen, people dogged it all week, and I get that there's a malaise after the Open Championship, but I always have fun watching that tournament. It always leads to some sort of exciting conclusion, and he was up by so much it wasn't. Did you happen to see the very last hole yesterday?
No.
When
I have to own that, yeah.
He scuffed his driver? He left a divot with it. Like the nerves finally got to him, and there's all the water on the right. It's like, just don't hit it left. And then he hit it left, or just don't hit it right. He ended up like hooking it left a little bit, but he hit it so poorly it didn't even like get to the crap stuff. And then he had to have a giant layup on his next shot. And then he amped up his pitcher sand wedge way past the hole, and it just stuck on the first cut of the rough instead of going into the deep stuff. Like you could just tell for the first time all day, it seemed like the moment finally hit him that he was going to win.
Good.
It was endearing.
Yeah, just lovely. I'm here for all this. There's other young guys. Let's draft off him. Like, let's go. I think this is the PGA Tour needs this right now. Right now, I think it's perfect. I love golf. I love pro golf. I think this in this moment is perfect for the sport.
His buddy Tommy Morrison cleaned up on the Corn Ferry this week too. The guy's like 7'20".
What do you make, like 10 in a row or something?
Well, listen, that's on the Corn Ferry Tour. You could be like my guy, Jake Knapp, who we talked about this on the show with Cam. We were talking about Koivun versus Knapp. I was like, I'm just going to take Knapp, the worst side of it, because I'm going to get better odds. So, of course, I didn't bet Koivun. I bet Knapp instead, but he made 7 birdies in a row Sunday, too.
Oh, that was so, I don't know. I'm on like a natural golf high, and I feel dumb. I didn't even win a bet. And those guys are usually right in my lane. I bet so little last week and had Brendan and Grillo. And I never thought I could win on Sunday morning. Never.
Well, there was a chance that Koivun, the moment got too big for him, sleeping on a big lead, and obviously that didn't turn out to be the case. I was sitting there, I thought, because I had Brennan and Coles, and I had them both in the same group. They were the second to last group out. I was like, well, if one of these guys can go on a run, because you see this happen a lot in like early rounds, that guys kind of draft off of each other. Harman and Scheffler actually did it too, that they just both started playing really well and posting scores. Like, well, if Coles can get going or Brennan can get going early, maybe they get into this match play situation where they start piling up birdies and both get themselves back into it. Worst case scenario, they come in on their each ways. None of that happened. They did draft off each other, just the bad way.
I saw Brennan didn't even finish T20. I mean, I didn't have any props, but
I had a top 8 on Coles. He came 9th. He was tied for second, I think, on the 14th hole.
And this, like, I know there's a lot of jokes and you could consider it funny. Some people, it's kind of sad, but I need to make a full clarification for anyone confused or think it's a tie. It is not a tie. It is not a tie. Ball knowers know Jackson Koivun has more legitimate PGA Tour wins than Tommy Fleetwood.
I would agree with that.
It's it. He's been here a month. And he's already up on you. Yeah, man.
Are you turning on Tommy now? Like this is your
I'm
guy.
Not turning on. I love Tommy. Tommy is endearing. He's lovely. But I am like, when we get to the major shows, Pat, like, what do I say? I go like, people totally misremember like the contending. They do. They do. Yeah. I mean, wow. Oh, let's go. And all this talk, which kind of feels like normal, like everyone's making a big deal about as of next year, there's not going to be like an active player under 30 with a major. That is kind of like how it used to be.
I have a theory on this.
Like, that's not as startling to me as it is to others because I'm old enough, even if I look great, haha. That like quarterbacks, golfers, they didn't win anything big early. They like learned, they took lumps, they had opportunities, but like 28, 30, 32, like that's when you won. That's when you won. And guys like, every generation has some youngins. And, we started doing this thing and Spieth wins right away and Morikawa a few years later, bing bong right away. But that is really the outlier. They're the outliers. Most guys do not win majors until like they're north of 28 years old in golf history. Now they come out ready to play now. They come out like college players out of that tunnel. They're just ready to go and be in MVP convos, in their second year in the league. And it's cool AF. But, that time where it worked a little differently wasn't too long ago. And I'm fascinated by your theory what it is.
We just had a lull where... So you had the end of the Tiger, the end of the Phil era. And it's funny because Tiger ends up winning the Masters in 2019 and Phil ends up winning the PGA Championship. But you had this entire era that was dominated by Tiger. And then slightly after that, you had a few of the older guys pick one off. You had the Stuart Sinks of the world. And then you're right, Spieth comes along. He wins 3 before the age of 23 or something like that. Dustin finally picks up his, but he's over 30 at the time. Rory had won a bunch early, and then he just stopped winning majors for 10 years. So you had this gap, this glut of guys come in, all this influx of new talent, some of the older guys peeling off, like the L's of the world, Phil, Tiger, like that era of guys just became too old to regularly contend. And it created this vacuum for a lot of the young guys to come in. Like you mentioned, Spieth wins a whole bunch, Morikawa wins 2, Hideki wins 1, Scheffler wins a whole bunch. And then all of a sudden, these guys have now been around for 10 years, 15 years, and they're all just getting into their 30s now. And we haven't had the same sort of lull again. Now, Scheffler's playing well, but again, it's another second place finish for him. Didn't win a major this year, that you're now allowing more of the young guys to come in, because we have a pretty good group of guys under the age of 24. And it's not even the Koivuns of the world, obviously, but even some guys you don't even think about, like Akshay is 24. Like he still has another 6 years to pick one off.
Akshay is like the Hideki trajectory, where we met him where he was 18 and he's like going to be 28 and feel like he's like 38 to us.
Correct.
Like known him forever.
Like Hideki feels the same. Well, how old is Fowler? Because they're right around the same age, aren't they?
I mean, yeah, Fowler's like 45 now, 44.
You think that Fowler's 44 years old?
No, sorry. He is like 42.
He's 37. Hideki's 34.
Yeah.
And Hideki has been, I think we saw him at 17 when he first came around. So I guess the next person like this is going to be Blades Brown. Ooh, he's going to be 24. It's like, man, that guy must be super old.
Yeah. And the thing is, when guys like Spieth and Morikawa do what they do, it puts like so much pressure, at least like from a noise standpoint, like a golf fan standpoint, on like the other young guys. Like you're 26, you haven't won yet. Like you are a failure. Like failure is a strong word. You are like a gross underachiever. What is wrong with you? In the same way, maybe this is a leap on an analogy. What Russell Wilson did for like the generic football fans mindset of what, like, oh, we drafted a quarterback in the 3rd round. I think we got Russell Wilson. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, good job putting that on your 3rd round quarterback.
Yeah, people even do it in the 1st round now. It's like, oh, this guy's very Josh Allen-y. It's like, oh yeah, he has a big arm and he can run around. He can't really do anything else though.
Yeah. So, and that's part of sport. That is part of sport. You are sort of on timeline, with your peers or with your draft class per se. And I mean, that 19 3M Open was like Wolf and Bryson and Morikawa. And then up after that, like Victor came up their butt.
Yeah, but even like the year or two before that, Scotty, Xander, Cantlay, like you just had like 15 guys get dumped into the tour who all ended up becoming 15 of the best 30 guys in the world over the next 10 years. And they're still kind of there. And now we're waiting for that next influx of like the 10 guys like, oh shit, here we go. Like Ludwig
was like a very late bloomer to being like a good golfer, right? Or am I making that up?
Xander? Is that who you said?
Well, like his age.
How old is Xander? He's not Finau.
No, he's 32. So Xander is like, the Xander path is honestly how it felt like golfers won majors when I was a kid, like pre even Tiger.
Well, the Xander path is really no different than the Scotty path. Like they went to Korn Ferry, they played well on Korn Ferry, they got into U.S. Opens and started playing well there. They showed up on tour. It took them a few years to win, and then they won, and they were great.
And also, in fairness to those guys, at that point, they didn't have the PGA Tour U, which just elevated like Ludwig and Jackson and some of these guys, which was smart, right? With the live thing. And it's like, no, we have to create the way to get these guys here. They've lost a few of them also, which, do your own thing, choose your own adventure. But yeah, I'm sure if Xander or Scotty or some of those guys were allowed to come right on, they would have had I'm not saying they would have won in the first month, but
Xander and Scotty weren't the touted prospects like we're seeing with these other guys. They were just, they turned out to be really good.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not all like top picks are equal, right? Some years you get Bryce Young, other years you get Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Right? Like we as sports fans, we know just because you got the first pick, not all first overalls are created equal. And you know that on draft day, that your first overall is better or inferior to the other ones. It's just, I don't know. It's well timed. It's super exciting. I don't know. This got me. This is what I think is just perfect for golf.
How old
He's going to be a star.
How old do you think Xander is?
30, 31, 33, 32.
He's 32. Now, here's an interesting one. How old is Siwoo?
29.
31. Because Siwoo is another one of the 19-year-olds who just started playing. He won the Players at 21.
Yeah. And Neiman, too, I know it's like a weird path. He'll be like forever, but still be younger than I think our timelines feel.
I couldn't tell you how old Neiman is at this point.
I think he like showed up also without any, like he didn't go to school. He just played.
He's 27.
He's been around a long time already. I didn't even know Liv existed last week.
Hey,
you know what Liv is like for me now, Pat?
Oh, what?
Because sometimes I do pay attention, but if there's like a show that I'm like watching out of like, oh, I've already put in time or something in the first 2 seasons or the first 3 seasons, and now we're in season 4, and I see that like Hollywood Reporter or Entertainment Online report that it's like, it's just, they're scrubbed. It's over. And I don't care if it's like official or not, like it's over. I just like check out. Unless it's like amazing. And sometimes they cancel these things and, you know, the writers can't even put a proper ending on it. I'm just like, no, I'm done. If someone tells me it's like was the most amazing thing ever, I can like go back and figure it out. But if you're done, I'm done.
So you weren't interested in seeing Lucas Herbert beat Ted Lasso or whatever Phil's buddy's name is?
I didn't even
40
know.
40 strokes.
I literally didn't. I didn't know it happened. It was a busier. I was out of the loop on a lot of things until like late in the weekend.
Lucas Herbert was 30 under. He beat Hatton by 6. And Michael Lasasso and Jason Kokrak were plus 11 and plus 10. It's a pretty wide margin. So he beat Michael Lasasso by 41 strokes in this tournament.
How old is Lucas Herbert? I'm looking that up. He is
30?
30.
Yeah, he is 30.
Yeah. Oh, I just can't wait for this thing to be done.
Golf?
No, this other thing, this live thing.
It's going to be, what if it just goes on in perpetuity? It's just there forever.
Impossible. It like, unless it's Richard Lee versus Danny H. Lee shootout series. Impossible. Impossible. There's probably better stuff for us to talk about.
Well, we can. I will be talking about this with him in a few weeks. Michael Kim shot a 59 this week.
Good for Michael.
He just jammed it with some speed on 18 to get the 59 too. That was a ton of fun. What I really want to ask him is like, how do you come back the next 2 days after shooting a 59? Because it feels like whatever you're doing simply just will not be working as well. Like, is there a mindset around that? Because he just didn't play as well over the weekend, just didn't have the juice anymore. Like, everything works so well that one day. Is it hard to play after that?
Awesome. I think we have seen the 59 is its own thing, but like call it a 62 or a guy in a major, like on a Friday. We've seen that enough. Like our sample size as fans is big enough where like, yeah, there's something to that. It's just, if you don't get going early, it feels like you're stalling. It's got to be such a weird mindset. So that'll be fun to let them listen in. And I'll just tell you a fun little story in my orbit about finding out about the 59 was I was in my member guest on Thursday, Friday. Flight winners. Thank you. An accomplishment. It is as great accomplishment as winning the Grey Cup. by the math. Okay. And they get treated pretty, so, and it's only our second year, and last year was horrible. So gains. Okay. Gains. And a lot of cash came with that too. And it was nice. We go to the championship shootout, and I knew a lot of people in that, and they were very happy to see me make it. So that was nice to get a bit of an applause as I'm like driving to the tee box with the other champs.
Like, hold on, happy because you
Like, it
personally
was
did
like,
it, or like,
I get
or
along
were
with
they like,
people.
oh, good, Fienberg's in our group. This is great.
No, because someone from my flight is going in, and the flights are all pretty equal to skill. Like the handicaps in the flight are pretty tight, the combines. But it was just like, like I bet they didn't expect to see me here. And it was so that was, and to hit a golf shot in front of more people than I have in my whole life. But anyhow, I'm there, and they're like, someone says to me, this wasn't a fan of the show. This wasn't the best you didn't even have the best Mayo Media golf accomplishment today. And my first instinct was like, you or Tim got a hole in one. That was my first, like, oh my God. Like, that was my first, like, I think they got a hole in one. And they're like, no, Michael Kim shot a 59. So I was like, holy shit. And I got to say, I missed my approach. It's the hole that Tommy Fleetwood and Nick Taylor played like 5 playoff holes. One of the playoff holes went to a par 3. So that's where this was. I'd hit a shot of this distance like 20 minutes earlier to seal a match to like 8 feet. So this was my shot. And my arms were like a bitty like jello. They were like mush. And I should have clubbed up because I missed it by like 4 to 6 feet into the bunker. And I don't know, most people say like you'll get adrenaline in those moments. At least that's what like happens with the pros. For me, no, I needed more club because I was like nervous. That's the term. The term would be like nervous. So my arms were a bitty jello. But when I got it in the air, I thought it was perfect.
I hate that.
It was going to be perfect.
Hate that when it's in there. It's like, oh, it looks awesome. It's like, oh,
it looked,
no.
I thought I was waiting for like a huge eruption of like from behind the green. And then it was more of like I lose it in the sun. And it's just more of like and that's biggest golf shot I ever hit in my life. And I splashed it short. So
I was at Meanie's wedding this weekend. Very nice venue. Got to see all the old fantasy crew. Jake Seeley was there. First time I saw him in person in like 10 years. That was a good time. We golfed 2 of the days, and I had, I think, the most manic round I've ever shot on the Friday when I showed up. I shot a 78 with 2 pars.
That's really impressive.
It's not, because it's either the holes were either fantastic or missing 5-foot par putts, which I think I missed 10 of them.
Yeah. Oh, but I tell you, like you do, there's like, you play for like a bit of cash, sure, with your buddies, play with your buddies. Like the exhilaration of like, I don't know, like a match versus straight, like hitting a putt to like have a hole, like a 12-footer to have a hole. Exhilarating, Pat. Exhilarating.
This is why we all of my friends and I enjoy our Ryder Cup so much.
Yeah.
How many people, Jeff, if you had to ballpark it, how many people were there? Because me and Pat have hit a shot with like, I don't know, 12 people watching, and it's fucking terrifying. It's awful.
Oh, yeah, listen, we've all been there. A lot of courses have like, a patio or something by the green. Right. So you're kind of used to, this is not that. This is everyone who participated in the event. So say there were like 36 or 42 teams. I want to say 42 teams. Some people like leave early, but they're serving like lunch. There's a barbecue going back there. I don't know, like just a lot of people. There's a lot of people. There's like a lot of people, a lot of golf carts. At least like 60, I want to say. I've never hit a shot with like 60 people behind the green waiting to react. I never had that experience before. It was like fun and cool and different. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I get nervous sometimes when I'm playing and there's like one greenskeeper finishing something up around a hole. I'm like out of gallery. I'm like, I get like, oh, this guy's got to watch me golf. No, I don't think that's uncommon.
I don't think so, but it's just, that guy does not care what you're up to.
Oh yeah, he's seen a lot worse golf. I agree. You're right. That's more of like Tim being going to the McDonald's counter and being ashamed or something.
Speaking of which, we do have a 2.5-hour show dropping tomorrow. Me, you, and Tim. The return to NFL with a Cust Corner, a Judge Cust. It felt like we were like mid-season stride on that show, by the way. I finished editing it just before this show. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a great show. Tim came out with like a week 4 arrow, like 6 minutes in, which I wasn't prepared for. I actually thought about that on the weekend. Like, can't believe he did that to me.
He just
like on this show at that date, like it was July. It's July, and that's where he took it. Speaking of Tim, he wanted to make sure that I gave him credit for Jackson Koivun's win because he just picked him somewhere.
But he didn't. Well, he picked him when he didn't win. He could have been like me last week and used Jackson Koivun in the one and done against both of you. And then, he had a chance to use Koivun. He decided to pass on that, leaving me with Koivun. So it sounds like I'm the one who got him right.
Also, people were betting him when he wasn't even a professional in events.
Correct. Myself included, and yourself
I
included.
had him on the on my Wyndham card last year that I hit Cam Young on. Koivun was on that card. Geez, what a player. Oh man.
Gerard has something to say.
You want to do a thought exercise of like worst case scenario, best case scenario, taking out injuries like they did with Wemby. Like worst case, he's Dikembe Mutombo. Best case, he's the best player ever.
Well, it's tough for golfers because you have someone like Zalatoris, for example, who I think everyone has just forgotten about at this point, but he had the injury. And it's not like you have an injury and then you come back and you're a limited version of yourself like you could be in basketball. Like if you're 7'80" and you can barely jump or walk, you can still stand there like this, and that will make you somewhat effective. You just can't swing a golf club if you can't play. Like he just doesn't play anymore.
No, but taking injuries out.
Taking injuries out? Like what's his
ceiling?
His ceiling? Probably like that DJ tier, maybe better. Would probably DJ with more. He doesn't hit it as far as DJ, but the way that he putts already is kind of terrifying for a young guy.
Terrifying. Okay. Brooks, of all these, like Brooks, you quickly realize, like, oh my God, he does what DJ does, but he's such a polished putter, like 7 years before DJ was.
Yeah, and then it went the opposite way for Brooks, that now dude can't make a 2-foot putt anymore. That's a problem.
You'll find that again.
So that comes and goes. It's difficult to say. Like, would you put him on a Rory career trajectory based on the pedigree that he has? Like, that's a lot to live up to. One of the top 10 players ever.
Am I talking about like talent or actual majors? Because it's such a loaded question.
Well, that's why I bring up
Jason
DJ.
Day has one major.
Yeah, but I would say that DJ feels like, in my mind, for the dominance that DJ had for so long and his longevity, obviously not like similar skill set players, but in terms of overall upside, it felt like he came short of what his upside was with only 2 majors. But I would still call him one of the best players I've ever seen.
And again, we've spoken about this in recent years. That time where like we were early doing the podcast in those first few years, and it was like DJ, Phil, and Bill Haas, and Rory may have had an injury. We're like 10 straight years with a win. Like DJ always won. The majors, you could easily find 2 more with a couple, small things that sucks. Yeah, I don't know how. I'm just such a pussy. I don't know how to answer this question.
Like the downside? No, he's Patrick Cantlay.
The
Which is-
downside is he's Ludwig. In 7 majors, he's a loser, even with a second at his first Masters and contending at Pinehurst for 2.5 days. So that's the thing, Jared. That's the thing. This like, he doesn't pay it off. And I'm not trying to be annoying, but like, Pat, how many majors does he get before he is, not to me, but like before he's some sort of failure to people?
Like if he had Adam Scott's career, would that be a disappointment?
I feel like, yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there would be a
starting
great
now,
career.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Adam Scott started from when did he win the Players? At age 23?
Yeah.
He'll never have
Early.
the looks of Adam Scott, though. So Adam Scott can always fall back
Adam
on
Scott
it.
won the Players, sort of like Stenson, right? They both won the Players before they're like bottomed out. And then they had different sort of comebacks.
Scott never really bottomed out, though.
Okay, you're right. That is a little, comparing it to certain other players, you're right. That's a far reach.
Like,
That's a reach.
outside, I'm trying to think of the best like longevity that people have had in their careers over an extended period of time. Rory's probably number 1 on that list, that he's just been one of the top 10 players in the world for 16 straight years or whatever it might be. Adam Scott has been, like, he had a lull, but he got older at the same time, and that new wave of guys kind of bumped him out, and he's worked his way back. But it's not like he was out of golf and ranked 1,000th in the world. He was like 99th in the world or something.
But like, this is probably a dumb question because one's got 2, the other's got 1, and a lot of other similar things. Like Jason Day's had a better career than Adam Scott.
I don't think so, no.
No, you don't
Justin
think like
Rose.
he doesn't have more wins? And
He might. I don't know if he has more wins or not. It felt like at his peak, Jason Day was better, but his peak lasted like 18 months. Whereas Scott has just been consistently good for
so did
25
Kevin Chappell's.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just unfortunately it coincided with Davey also being awesome. But with Scott, like what has he played in 100 straight majors? Like that is the personification of consistency over a career.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, who, if you ask people, like, whose career would you rather have, Day's or Scott's?
Scott's, I think.
Yeah.
They both have one.
I mean, listen, Scott lives in like the Bahamas. Day lives in Ohio.
There's that part of it. But I would rather have a Masters over a PGA Championship, and they both have a Players.
Bing. That's what it really just comes down to. This one guy won the Masters. That's
Well,
like, you can have a couple you can have the Torrey Pines wins. I got the Masters.
You have the Masters, and not only, it's almost like I guess you have it for the PGA Championship, and no one really cares that Jason Day will be able to play until he's 60. It does mean there's a bit more, obviously the tournament is more prestigious, but just the old guys at the Masters, I feel like do get treated with a bit of reverence, whereas the old guys and the former champs of the PGA Championship, they're just guys who, Rich Beam's in the field. Oh yeah, Rich Beam, perfect.
Golf is crazy because, like, to Jared's question, like, imagine like 8 months into Matt Wolf's career, like, what would the ceiling be?
Sure, but Matt Wolf wasn't the prospect. Like, Koivun is on what I would like to call the Patrick Rogers track, where he came out, you were like, this guy is going to be unbelievable. And he broke every college record. He was amazing. And Koivun, it took him 3 starts to do what Patrick Rogers hasn't done in 300.
Okay, so I could be misremembering, and maybe like, yes, Wolf might have won as much, but he wasn't like touted as good as
Morikawa or
Koivun,
Hovland.
because
Like Morikawa and
Wolf-
Hovland were the 2 that were coming out, and Wolf was like the other guy.
But Wolf was the one winning the college events, it felt like.
I don't know anything about college, so I don't know. I just remember at Pebble Beach when the AMs were there, it was Victor and Colin, and Wolf wasn't there. And then they all turned pro.
And, you know, Bryson was part of that group too, kind of.
Bryson was before them, though.
Oh, good times. And so who, like, if you had to project, if Koivun's in like the A slot, like, which of these young guys do you project to be, like, I don't want to say his rivals, but, you know, the guys, the other 2, like, who would your pick be?
Probably Blades Brown.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what his actual upside is, because obviously he didn't go to college. He's just been playing pro, and he's been a pretty good pro so far at age 19.
Yeah, you don't really have an apples to apples like real life comp at the moment, but it would be hard for me to put like who would that be between like Preston,
Ben James, I guess he just came out.
yeah,
If Clanton can get his shit together, if Dunlap can get his shit together, like Dunlap's won twice on tour.
Is Goddard too old to be in that?
Yeah, Goddard's like 28, I want to say. I remember betting Goddard at the John Deere like 8 years ago. Or whenever, well, he's 27 now.
well, you bet Goddard up at the tournament, for which is the reason he went to the John Deere this year, is because of his like exemption as an amateur, or what his first ever exemption they gave him. So he honors it.
Yeah, he wasn't an amateur then. I think he was playing corn, like split corn ferry, but like he wanted one of the sponsors exemptions and he got it for that week. But again, he wasn't the prospect. Like Koivun's in a rarefied air of like type of prospect coming out. Like you see it with, who was the last? I'm trying to think of the last. Maybe it was Burrow, but Burrow only became one of those huge prospects in his senior year at LSU. Who'd be the last type of like this level of number one surefire pick? Because it's not Mendoza. Mendoza was never.
Caleb was like a couple years of pretty up there. Caleb got it for a couple years.
I feel like Andrew Luck is the last guy that we saw.
Okay, so we're going there. So Trevor Lawrence then.
Yeah, but was Lawrence on the same level as, I guess Lawrence would be the next guy after Luck who was treated that way, right?
Yeah, he was.
And Koivun is that level of number one pick.
Agreed. Yes, he's like Connor McDavid versus not Connor McDavid
versus guy who's getting drafted this year.
Sure. I mean, well, I don't know. Hopefully the Leafs got a guy, but
yeah, it's probably
so
easy.
I'm actually gonna.
The easier comp is probably basketball. Like he's a Wemby level number one pick. Like, oh yeah, that guy's going to go number one. And then you
okay, yeah. Basketball is probably the easiest comp because there are certain number ones that just like can change the layout of like a conference instantly.
Yeah. For example, like the Luke Clanton, whatever, the Nick Dunlap, all these guys. They're kind of like when the Raptors picked Bargnani number one. Where it could have been like
Anthony
8 guys
Bennett.
could be number
Someone's
one.
Got to go one.
Yeah. So someone's got to have the first. Or Ricochet. That guy. Terrible. He got traded. Pizzola's going to be here this week, staying with me. We're recording some content.
Always enjoy Rob. I'm not going to get to see him. Won't be downtown today because speaking of Connor McDavid, I'm going to go see him at the Zach Hyman charity golf tournament at my club. So we'll wrap this up and more golf for Fienberg.
Looking around my place, I realized I didn't really feel like it was finished. Everything worked, but there was a mix of older furniture that never quite fit together. So I finally decided to check out WAYFAIR, and honestly, I was surprised by how much I could get without spending a fortune. I ended up grabbing some new furniture, some new decor, and once it all arrived, the space actually felt like a home instead of a place where we just lived. The delivery was seamless, the prices were way better than I expected, and I love being able to see reviews from real people before buying. If you've been putting off upgrading your place because you think it'll cost too much or you don't even know where to start, head over to WAYFAIR. They've got you covered with everything in one spot, from furniture to lighting to storage to decor. With WAYFAIR Verified, you know you're getting quality pieces that have actually been tested. I ordered from WAYFAIR, and honestly, I think you should too. Ready to upgrade your home for way less? Head to wayfair.com right now to shop all things home and get your space ready for less. That's WAYFAIR.com. WAYFAIR. Every style, every home. When I was younger, money was always something that I worried about well after the fact. I'd look at my bank account, hopefully everything added up, and if it didn't, well, I'd figure that out eventually. As I've gotten older with a business and a family and a lot of moving parts, doesn't really work like that anymore. I need to know where everything stands before anything becomes a problem. That's what I've liked about Monarch. Instead of bouncing between bank accounts, investments, credit cards, spreadsheets, everything is in one place. It gives me a much cleaner picture of what's actually happening with my money instead of what I think may be happening with my money. It's like having a financial advisor, but in my pocket. It's great. My favorite part is that Monarch isn't just about tracking what you've already spent. It helps you plan ahead, set goals, and it even uses AI to answer questions about your finances or flag big spending trends before they get out of hand. It really takes a lot of the mental load out of managing your money. Write your own money story with Monarch. Use code PATMAYO at monarch.com
to get your first year of Monarch Core half off, just $50. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code PATMAYO.
Well, let's get into the Rocket Classic then. I think Rocket is up as a sponsor, but obviously they would probably still have their tournament next year. This feels like if there's ever a tournament you were going to nominate for the Challenger Series, it would be this tournament. The guys have shown up here this week in Detroit. Cam Young, Goddard, Xander, Jackson Koivun, Siwoo, Clark, Henley, Cantlay, Griffin, Hideki, Knapp, Akshay, Spawn, Gerard, English, Brennan, Thorbjorn. Now we're getting like the rest of it. Brooks is here as well. Ricky's back. Ricky's a former winner, got off the Schneid here a few years ago. This is the deepest field at the Rocket I can ever remember.
Am I missing something? Like, was there a story about this? Is there like a reason? Is something correlated to FedEx Cup? I was totally taken aback. I was not paying attention on Friday when the field came out. So when I saw this board for the first time, I had to like double check that I was in the right tournament. I'm shocked at quote unquote star power that's here. Good for them.
Maybe it's a last second effort to be like, hey, Rocket's trying to get out of their sponsorship. Hey, let's give them a field.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, so there's the FedEx Cup starts in 2 weeks. So what's next week?
Wyndham.
Hall of Fame weekend. Yeah, of course. I know that one.
Love the Wyndham Championship. Very, very good to me when they had me down in Greensboro. Cool baseball stadium in Greensboro, too.
So it's Wyndham and then FedEx Cup, and then we're done.
Then we're done. That's why we started doing the football shows again. Because that's coming.
I think I might be at Chargers Bills during the Sunday of the President's Cup.
Okay.
I'm just putting it. See, I'm looking at a calendar.
Scratch you off for Sunday Night Live that week. Okay, guys.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, Tim can gloat about his international 7 points.
7 stretching it.
Yeah, I mean, you see these great players in the course. I mean, they're all so good, but the course actually could really suit a couple of them. So it makes me nervous a little as I look at names down the board at big prices that I would be tempted to bet. Those were my first thoughts here.
Any style of player can kind of clean up at this course as long as they're going well. We've seen the shorter but high-end approach players make some putts, get into it, like Chris Kirk a year ago when he made the playoff with Grazerman. They both lost to Potgieter. Like, I can't really think of 3 players on like different skill set levels all playing in a playoff between Potgieter, Chris Kirk, and Max Grazerman.
It went 5 holes, and I was trying to remember who Potgieter was against.
Well, I had Chris Kirk and Max Grazerman as outright bets, so I can tell you who didn't win. You remember these things.
Yeah, of course.
But this was the year where we had the outrageous Cam Davis. Cam Davis has won twice, but he had the one where he ended up beating Neiman by chipping in from the bunker on 17 for eagle. Like, at the moment he was in the bunker, I think he was 300-1 to win the tournament. Then he made the shot and ended up winning. Fowler ended up beating Hadwin and I think Morikawa in a playoff here as well. Bryson put on one of the big time performances of he was first off the tee, first in putting, and couldn't do anything else in between. Didn't matter. Finau picked up a win here, so you can kind of hit it wherever you want off the tee and then do one other thing well. What types of players can do that? I've been circling Johnny Kiefer for weeks now at this course. He's 80-1. I didn't expect the field to be this good, so he's probably not going to win. So I'll take the 75-1 with his placements. That's the only bet that I have in so far.
Okay, so I mean, do you anticipate other more of that player profile on your card, or you'd be willing to go anywhere?
I don't think I want to be even that now seems like a bit much here. Like, taking a look at Cam Young is 11.5-1. You can go to coolbet.com if you're in Canada, outside of Ontario, and now Alberta. Can't play in Alberta anymore. They're getting picked off here with regulations as other people come into those provinces. But you can get the discount down, or the promo code down in the description if you want to get in on that. So he's 11-1, Xander's 16, Goddard up 17, Clark's 18, Siwoo's 19. Koivun opened at 26. He's already been bet down to 20-1 in real time as we go through this. Cantlay's at 22, Henley's at 25, Griffin's at 28. And then you have Jake Knapp at 33. I would have really liked Jake Knapp here again. And I do like Jake Knapp again. Kind of disappointed that he put up a big round on Sunday for no reason after being out of it to really hurt his odds here, because he ended up going off at 40-1 last week against a much weaker field. And I do really like this course for him.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the other guys on the board, I'm trying to think if he just shot like 4 under yesterday, where would he be? Like 55?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't think he guys be that. I don't think he's joining like Spieth per se.
Maybe. You have Akshay, Hideki, Spawn, Gerard, English. Brennan got beat down along with Michael Thorbjornsen as well. Like, I like Brennan and everything. I think it's a great course for him. Don't know if I want to invest at 37-1 or 40-1 when he was just 60-1 a week ago in a much weaker tournament.
I think you could probably still find a 50 on Brennan.
Even that.
But yeah, I don't know. Bocce at 40. I don't hate. He
needs to do something to get back on the President's Cup team here.
Because
they will default to Xander and Cantlay and just more experienced guys, because that is, especially if Koivun's going to have one of those spots now, that they will pick those guys. So one of these guys is going to have to do something to play their way onto the team now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And you know what? It's unfortunate for the team because Wyndham Clark's on it.
He's not actually in on points right now, mind you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So like, that's just, they're not going to be able to do anything about that. And that's, for them. But that's not going to stop us from getting our appliance. So in this range, yeah, Bocce at 40. I mean, maybe that's kind of wishful thinking, to be perfectly honest. And like, you might be better off swallowing the points and like taking your Knapp suggestion, or even Hideki at 35.
Well, Hideki's another one who he was 30 last week and then put on the show, chipping in for Eagle on the 18th hole at 3M. And I think it kind of saved his odds.
And if we've crossed 50, I might be a sucker, but I'll probably be pretty tempted to try a little Marco Pange this week too.
If it is grip it, rip it off the tee, I just don't know where he's missed so much of the season in competitive play that maybe he can just bounce back and it comes right back. But did he make the cut at the Open? I can't even remember now.
Yeah, he made the cut because he was one of the players bitching about Bryson and the tee times coming out so late.
That tracks. His off the tee and approach was very good at the Open Championship. He was T18. Did not realize that.
The biggest I'm seeing there is 67. So that has my attention. And Pat, I tell you, I was nervous for a bit that I didn't take those 130s on my generational flusher Davis Thompson last week, but he's back down to 80-1.
Eventually, these require you to hit putts to win, though, right?
Yeah. No, I didn't. We're sort of off that train. It was nice to see him. It was nice to see him spunking around, playing some decent golf. But yeah, Pange and Bocce sort of have my eyes if we're like deviating from the very top. And to be honest, I don't even know how. I mean, maybe just by default, I'd say Cam Young if you made me pick from like the guys in the top 3. But I could see how someone would want the 6 more points and be picking from Gotterup or Xander. I don't see myself getting there. I don't even have a feeling on any of them, but I'm afraid of all of them.
As am I, and that's going to limit what I do down the board. Is Ben Coles in the field? Can he get it done again? He's not even in the field. How does he not in this field? He just came top 10.
Yeah, I don't know what his status is. As he played like 100 weeks, I don't know. He plays a lot of golf. I don't know why take off now.
Trying to
why
see.
Take off now?
Is Cantlay a play?
I don't know. The biggest I'm seeing is 25.
I see 27 in front of me right now.
I mean, would you rather bet Henley at the same number?
No, not really. Not here.
Okay, well, you could bet Cantlay or Koivun at pretty much the same price. You said Koivun might have just dropped.
I would rather bet Koivun than I'm just looking at 2 different numbers here. One's 19-1, one's 27-1. So at the same number, give me Koivun.
Because we spoke about it earlier, I just want to get this out of the way. because I was like such a hardo for Cantlay last year and being on that team. I actually don't think it matters if he makes this team this year. But I think if he's playing, like, all he has to do is play, somewhat close to his level, and they will want him in Ireland because he's just a match play gamer. But it's the President's Cup. It's like you could say, like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. You don't have to take your Poulter to the President's Cup. Like, you don't. You don't. And this can just be reevaluated next year. But he better get off his ass. Would be funny if he won this week. I actually like his chances to win, but I don't know that I can in good faith like bet him to win.
At the number, it's tough. He starts sliding, maybe. I can see why everyone's on Brennan. He lost 5 strokes chipping last week.
And my screen just flashed Xander from 16 to 18. So now he's tied with Goddard up.
That's 18's a pretty good number for Xander in a tournament like this.
Yeah, I mean, what do you have to bet? I mean, I guess they've gone up recently, and I didn't even look at him at the last majors because he does feel a little lost, especially with his like speeds on the green. What did he go off at the Open? But I bet you at the U.S. Open, he went off at like 24 to 1.
I think he was pushing right around 30 for the Open Championship. It may have been just less than that.
That probably tracks, but you could bet Xander at the Rocket for his Masters price.
And I did bet Xander at the Masters, so here we are. Maybe you know what? That's actually not a bad. We've had this discussion so many times, even like the past 2 years, and we'll bring it up, and then I'll just never bet that guy whose odds are like, man, the odds are really big for that quality of player in a field like this. I'm going to bet Xander. There we go. I will bet Xander Schauffele.
I'm going to bring him up here. He's just been so, I mean, listen, he's like the T20 machine. He cashes, those 20 hammer T20 bets for a lot of bettors. I'm actually just going to look at what he's actually done. Yeah, it's Xander. Even without his like good golf, he still performs. That's what I see staring at his like grid for the last bit.
Yeah, betsportsgolf.com. You get the
because he's not playing well, but he's still performing pretty decent.
Like he's putting together a Tommy Fleetwood type season where he keeps having like 2 really good rounds, 1 really bad round, and 1 average round. Like nothing would indicate that it's coming for a win right now outside of that he's Xander and he hasn't won in a while and you're finally getting pretty good odds in a non-major for him.
And there's a chance, just in this field that like you get him head to head with, I don't know, someone above 50 to like just name a player. Like you would like his chances.
Yeah. Well, the last time that he played in a tournament, I guess he played the Valspar and I'm going to call the Scottish a somewhat elevated event because everyone ended up playing it. But he's only been playing majors and signature events. The only tournament he played in this year that wasn't that. He played the Valspar in March and he played the Farmers because he always does. He missed the cut there in his first start of the year. T4 at the Valspar. So I think that it's just his quality level of skill versus this field is going to be unlike anything he's really seen all year.
Yeah, I think that's sound logic. I think 18 to 1 on Xander, like win only, is pretty fair. I mean, like T11 US Open, T51 Travelers, Cut, Genesis, T18 Open.
And that's against all the good players.
Yeah, of course. He only plays against the good players.
What about someone like Spawn?
Xander, do you think Xander could like name half the field?
Oh, I'm sure he can. He seems like an affable guy.
No, that wasn't like a knock on Xander. I mean, like he doesn't see the thing is, yes, they're officially going to like a championship challenger, but if you look at some of these guys' CVs for the year, they're already just playing the championship circuit. Like it already exists for, I would say, a huge percentage of the elite tier golfer. Now, as we know, that some of the pressure points in the new system is you can't just go join one of these events. You can't glad hand a sponsor or a hometown, which is, that's a pressure point. You can't serve all masters.
I would like, we haven't talked about Brooks yet because Brooks is here. He's 50-1. Pretty good course for him. But you have this like Brennan, Gerard, Thorbjornsson, Nikolai Højgaard, 35-45 type level. One of these guys has got to win this year, don't they? It feels like every tournament, one of these guys is in the running and they have no wins.
So when you mentioned Brooks, my like follow-up instant thought was I'd rather bet Gerard.
I'm seeing a 15-point difference in where I'm looking right now.
Well, I see Gerard at 45, Brooks at 47.
Okay,
I don't know.
I'm seeing Gerard at 35 and Brooks at 55. So shop around.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers has the Gerard 45, but if my screen's acting low because it hasn't registered the Koivun drop, so maybe I'm late to this too.
The putting,
oh God,
the putting has just been especially bad for Brooks. Oh, we got a text you.
No, I didn't get a text. It's Bet Rivers. I mean, Phillip Rivers. I log in and they gave me free $5. That was that noise.
Put it on a spin.
No, I'm not a spinner. I've got you know what? This is like going to be a really sad thing to say because I've got like vices and they've been documented on this show. I've never been in those like online casinos ever. And if I've been, it's like a $1 blackjack hand to like kill time. And I can't even remember last time I did that. It is for all my vices. The fact that I'm proud of myself. I'm patting myself on the back. That shit does not get to me. I'll make a lot of bad bets. You will never find me in that place.
This was pre-legalization of sports betting, but you could play online casino when I was in college on one of the offshores. And I think I lost like $500 playing blackjack when I was 20 years old on it. And I have not been back to an online casino since. It was like, yeah, not for me. It was all the money I had. Now I'm done. And never went back.
I just don't, I don't Jones for the felt. I got my other problems. I don't Jones for the felt.
I used to enjoy going to the casino in person and playing. I don't even enjoy doing that anymore.
I can't remember the last time. Ugh, I hope I don't have to head out to
You're going to Vegas, are you?
I don't want to. We'll see. Super contest has to get signed up for at some point, but I might just, one of Pizzola's minions go down to Bet Bash. Might have to take care of that. I forbid to go to that.
Why? Too many rivals?
No, I don't. No, there's just nothing there's nothing for me there. I'm not like a pro bettor. I'm not looking to like scale or model.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to be a runner. Like I could see why it has its purpose. It's just not for me. And then maybe this is an embarrassing thing to say, but there's like a lot of people there who actually do really like me. And they might, how do I put this? I don't want to go to Vegas with like a bunch of people who make so much money betting on sports. I'm just going to go to Vegas and spend like a ton of money. I don't want to say like keeping up, and I don't even mean in the bets, but I just don't want to like put myself in that position.
So when we went to Vegas together, that was more your speed.
Yeah, that is more my speed, but I could just see, like, I can't imagine like the sort of money that's getting. What's so funny is some of these guys, like, Rob Joe, he won't deny it. He's so like vigilant about like a 3-cent line move and what it means. But then these guys will like go to Vegas and him and like your Rufuses and like that whole orbit, they'll like just be, I don't want to say wasting money, but just, I don't know. They got more money. They got more liquid than me, and I'm not going to keep up. That's a long and short of it. And there's nothing there for me. That was already way too many words on why I'm not going to Bet Bash. I also once proclaimed it as a grow a friend convention. And if I go to Vegas, I'll just go with my friends.
It's a good call. I have no interest in going to Vegas. I've been to Vegas too many times and I just don't care anymore. And now I'm too old.
I would also agree with that assessment. I've done, yeah.
There are other places that I would now like to go that are not Vegas. I don't need to go there to gamble anymore. I can gamble from anywhere. What am I missing? The Backstreet Boys at the Sphere?
Doesn't do it for me, but that's a fair point. And I don't know, sometimes like my algorithm gets filled with like these Vegas is dead or Vegas is dying videos. I think some of that is overblown, but it's hard not to see how like a lot of it isn't true on some levels.
Well, I flew into there earlier this year only to drive 2 hours outside of Vegas to go to Utah to play golf, if that tells you where I'm at in my stage of life.
I'd rather be golfing in Utah than on the strip in Vegas. So I'm at the same stage of life.
And I'll tell you, St. George's, Utah didn't quite have the same vibe as Las Vegas did.
All the
restaurants closed at 9.
I bet. Who won? Oh, Jesus. I'm about to say who won last week, but that was Ryan Fox.
Yes, he won the Open Championship.
It's been a while since like a favorite won an event, and Koivun might be as like close to one, and he was still like 35-1.
Yeah, he actually drifted after we did the show. I wish I had continued checking back and not made all my bets throughout the course of the week, because I would have enjoyed him at 35. I thought he was going the other way, because I saw him at 30, and then he dropped to 27, then he dropped to 25. I just got to stop. Sometimes I get into that habit, like we do the show, talk about the different places with the odds, but then when I go back and look, I only look at one place instead of a bunch of places. Got to stop doing that. I've hit that point of the golf year where I don't want to say I'm checked out, because I still very much enjoy watching it, betting on it, and talking about it. But it's not the same level of diligence post-Open Championship between football as it normally is. I'm not going to lie about that.
I think a lot of people in the audience are sort of there too. Like, we love it. We're making our bets. We're if I'm not out with the family or away, I'm watching it. I love it. I breathe it. It's a lifestyle. It's actually more a lifestyle than like a fandom, to be perfectly honest. And one I'm not considering changing. But yeah, I mean, now it's like silly season. These events are fun though. I'll enjoy these like next 3 as much as some elements of the FedEx Cup.
I'll enjoy next week more than any part of the FedEx Cup.
This is where I'll fight back on like, and I'm hard on the FedEx Cup. But with the FedEx Cup, like I'm confident it will get you and all of us, and even the casuals, is come like dinner 4:00 on Sunday, you're probably going to have like something sick happening. Be like, I'm into like these 2 guys playing for a tournament.
Oh shit. I was there last year at TPC, name I don't remember.
Louisiana?
Southwind for the St. Jude. It's a great tournament. And I got to watch my guy JJ Spawn lose in a playoff to Justin Rose, who I was staying next to in the hotel. Probably should have bet on him instead. But there's something about I love the course at the Wyndham Championship. I feel like it always gives us a really fun winner and a good competition down the stretch. And I always like, there's one thing to like, oh yeah, this guy's in 52nd. He needs to play his way into the side of the top 50 to get into the BMW Championship and get into the signature events. There's a fun part about that. I like the grind this week of, oh shit, this guy is like 73rd. If he doesn't make a birdie here, he's not in the playoffs and he has to go grind the fall for his tour card.
Yeah, I mean, you got to see guys hit their season finale putts. And that's pretty cool. And I would say in recent years, the broadcast has gotten like better at making things that shouldn't be important. Sorry. They've gotten better at making things feel more important relative to what you just described.
Well, yeah, but they started covering it. Before it'd be like, yeah, we think this might mean something. Now they actually have real-time stats for this stuff.
And I don't know whether it's been a conscious effort, Pat, but I swear it just dawned on me that absolutely compared to years ago, FedEx Cup points and FedEx Cup minutia is I remember it used to be like thrown in our face like mid-season. I feel like they've completely stopped doing that.
Well, it's because FedEx is coming up as a sponsor. They're not renewing. So they're like, yeah.
Oh, so they're not like sucking up. Yeah, like this is what we can do for you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's part of it. You put a good I know advertising works.
So the 5 bubble guys right now, because there's only 2 tournaments left to get inside the top 70. Fisk, Jordan Smith, Ricky Castillo, Michael Thorbjornsen, and Jackson Koivun are the 5 in right now. And then you got some name like Meisner, Kiefer, Jason Day, Keegan Bradley, Tom Hoagie, Denny McCarthy, Taylor Pendrith, Brooks Koepka, Tony Finau, Zach Bauschu, your boy, Rasmus Niergaard Peterson, Davis Thompson, Lucas Glover. Like, these guys need to do something. Grazerman's outside the top 100. So is Horschel. Michael Brennan is outside the top 100 because his win didn't count. These guys need weeks to get in.
You read that list and it actually be like, you know what? The Challenger Tour is going to be just fine.
Agreed. But
there's a lot of names there that I'll enjoy watching wherever they're playing.
Man, remember the expectations for Rico Hoey coming into the year? He's 121st in the FedEx Cup.
Well, I feel like coming into the year, he was like in unconscious approach form.
He was off the tee approach and even chipping. He was getting better. It's gone. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about was Lucas Glover taking his shoes off.
Yeah. You go first.
Apparently, it wasn't about aim point. It was about what he had said. It was about groups complaining that he was scuffing up the holes near the hole because he was wearing metal spikes. But then he said that someone in the group ahead of them was also wearing metal spikes. So he did it as a play of just like, yeah, this is me doing a nice thing, like as a joke. And it had nothing to do with aim point. That's just what people were saying online, and it wasn't true.
Okay, so that's like fair. I mean, obviously my instant reaction is I think he's like getting mad at aim point. But this is my conclusion, and this is not even related to sports. You could just put this in life if you're doing this at your workplace, your family, at a holiday dinner with your friends. Anytime you do like a joke or a protest and people don't even know what it is you're doing, you did a bad job at it. That would be my take. Like, so whatever he was trying to do, he didn't do a good job because no one knew what the hell was going on.
Correct, but I don't think that he was doing it for the benefit of people watching on TV. I think he was doing it to make the people in his group laugh. I think they got it.
I agree, and mock the people who were like apparently giving him shit about the medals. There can't be more than like a dozen guys on tour still in medals.
I would guess they're all over 45 too.
Do you think the championship tour is just like full medals?
I don't know.
Champions tour. The champion challenger, those names, they're fungible. I don't see those lasting.
We could just call one the Tiger Tour.
Yeah, maybe. So, but then what would you call like the other tour, the Charlie Hoffman tour?
Yeah, that's the perfect name. The Brandon DeJong Tour.
Yeah,
yeah, we can go back in time to see who's made the most Golf Channel birdies of anyone in history. The tour can be named after them. Rico Hoey has a claim to most Golf Channel birdies. If Golf Channel is broadcasting and he is on that window, he's making birdies. You get him on CBS, he's 11 billion over par.
Well, I'm sure there's guys who we haven't gotten to yet because they're over 100 to 1 who were like popular last week and upset people, and now like you're getting 100 points on them.
Sort of, but even someone like Jackson Super is still 65 to 1. He's not 140 to 1. Who are you?
Ben James, 145.
Ben James, I could get behind. That's really it, though.
Grillo's still 110.
He had a chance to play himself. He could have had solo third, and then he could have had tied for third, and he made neither, Jeff, with his 3-putt on 18.
Yeah, I saw the boys, Larry and Jim. They do their fun show, but I saw one of them tweeting, like even before Grillo's final putt, like, so how short will he leave it? You know, that's what you get. I bet Grillo last week. I like Grillo, but that was enough for me. That was my one Grillo outright of the year.
I'll tell you what was tough. We played the two rounds at 2 separate courses this weekend, Both really nice in their own ways. But the one that we played at is more of a resort course, and I expected the greens to be super fast because the last time that I played them, they were super fast. They may have been rolling an 8.5 or a 9 on the stimp, and I just kept leaving everything short. Then the next day, I went and played like the fastest greens within like 10 hours of here, and they were 12 on the stimp, and a few putts off the green, Jeff.
Just a few.
You're just, it takes you a bit to get like, oh yeah, I just have to get this going on the line and tap it. I don't really need to get a full stroke. Just mess with my mind over 2 days. And it was pretty
Oh, that would take me like 7 holes though.
Yeah, it was bad news.
I wouldn't think I'm not one to figure it out early. I'll take a beating before I figured it out. There's not. I don't want to say the top is like too competitive for me to like really want to get into the bombs, but I don't know. I don't want to trust any. And there's none of these guys I feel like trusting.
I could get the name that I brought up once or twice, but didn't really say much about. JJ Spawn at 35. If he starts drifting, I can get on board with that. This is a classic tournament he would win. Like, oh, JJ Spawn, he actually learned how to putt this week. Oh, and he was first in approach. He won.
Yep. Oh, geez. Looking at those putting numbers.
Yeah, they're not good. Bad putting numbers. All right, let's do
Peyton
some.
James might be worth a look. Go back there.
I will go back to you. I see him at 80 to 1. What do you see him at?
Let me load that up again for you. I saw a really big number.
Because we're using different sites because we have access to different sites. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I can let's see how much they'll let me do for us.
What's the number?
130.45.
145 is good. I could probably get it up to that if I did the 3 each way with it. But I think I would want to play some of the each ways this week. I don't know. 125.
Well, yeah, especially on a guy.
Like, will they give you the 8 places there?
No.
5 places?
0 places.
Okay. That becomes trickier with some of these guys, to me at least.
It's hard to disagree.
So quick.
And yeah, the 26 they had on Koivun is down to 22. So, oh my God, is he that good? He might be.
Quick picks for the Rocket Classic. I'm going to bet Xander and Kiefer and probably Spawn. Those will be my 3 until I figure out the rest. The final word with Keith Stewart is back this week, so we'll be able to finalize everything there. And I think he's been there a few times too to get a sense of the, I was going to say Bob Ross, but Donald Ross design in Detroit. Where are you going this week?
So the bet that I'm for sure going to be making is Marco Panch. Looking at Patio, I'm actually looking pretty close at Ryan Gerard, which feels a little dirty. I guess you convinced me that if I go to the top, it would be Xander.
You convinced me of that.
No, I just said he went to 18 to 1. Then we deep dived it, and it was like, yeah, the Masters price. So yeah, okay, sure. You're right. Those were my words. Those were my words. I got no one in the bomb category, and I didn't bring it up, and it might be crazy to say, but if I get a tingle that Sung Jae can find some irons, approach play, I see 100, and I don't hate it.
He can't hit an iron. You're never going to get that.
Maybe
it's been 18. It's been 18 months. He can't hit an iron.
Do you think he could hit an iron off range mats right now?
I mean, I think anyone can.
Yes. I want to see Sung Jae on range mats.
Everyone is a tour player hitting off the mats at the range.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. I just opened it up. Holy shit.
Yeah,
there's no chance.
It's not good.
There's no way you can go from that to winning.
Maybe you can. I mean, it's not impossible.
Yeah, because the moment like that got fixed, another part of your game would just let you down.
Correct.
Like that's just how golf would work. I take that back. So Pej, Gerard, Patio.
I'll probably end up on Akshay too now that you're on him. You can't let you bet my guy and like be out here be like, oh man, Jeff won, I lost, and Akshay won. It'd be terrible. One and done picks for the week. I hit a winner with Koivun last week. That was nice. You used him at the John Deere for $0, by the way. You're an event too early on Koivun.
See, like And Tim has the nerve to
Yeah, he has
that's-
not used him in the one and done since turning pro.
Is he using him this week?
No, he's not. He is using Kim this week.
That's a pretty good one.
I'm using Jake Knapp.
That's also a pretty good one. I'll use. Boy, this sucks. I'll use Marco.
Let me just check in to see if you've used Marco Penge. You used him in Houston.
Oh my God, that's right. I loved him in Houston.
$0.
Oh, I loved him. And you know what, Pat? I'll bet him next year in Houston. Guaranteed. You could put that in blood.
Yeah, he needs to keep his tour card first there, pal.
Sure. It's the easiest tournament to bet of the year. Houston. Doesn't mean I'll win, but yeah. Okay, that is actually pretty funny that I've already used them. Gerard.
Yeah, you're good with Gerard.
There, that's the pick.
Knapp for me, Gerard for you, Kim for Timanda Cust, who will be on tomorrow's show with me and you. It's already done. It'll be out in the morning. The return to NFL, Cust Corner, Judge Cust. It's all there. Final word with Keith on Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. Then me, Cam, and Pizzola for the NFC East division breakdown and preview for the best bets on Thursday. That is the schedule for the week. I got Pizzola coming into town. We're going to try to film some golf content of us playing against Cust. That should be fun. And then we're going to be in studio breaking down a whole bunch of football stuff that'll be coming out over the next few weeks. So stay tuned. Tell some friends about the channel. Smash the like while you're here. Okay? I'm Pat Mayo. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Mayo Experience! Experience!